Today on So Crazy About Crafting, I'm going to show you guys how to make this bag. So next step is you're going to take these pieces and you're going to line it up to where it's along the bottom of the bag. So up a little bit, that's okay. I know it's hard to see because it's black on black, but you can kind of tell there, I'm sure, the difference between this black and this black. This is shiny, that's matte. And what we're going to do is, you can't pin this because it's going to leave holes. So you're going to line it up as best as you can. If I had double-sided tape, I would use that, but I do not. What you're going to do is line it up here. You're going to sew here, and then you're going to fold it over and then top stitch down because you want to keep that added stability. If you just put this on the bottom of your bag, it's going to be flimsy, it's not going to stand upright. You're just doing this for, it's kind of like a look. I just want that extra little pop of, I don't know, coolness in there, I guess. I don't know, you're doing it basically for the look of it. You could also cut out pockets to add that more to it, but I really wanted a bag with material on top and the leather, that's in quotations because this is obviously not, on the bottom. I just wanted that little bit so it gave it more durability when you set it down and put it in places and stuff like that, and didn't have to worry about the bottom getting holes in it. So I'm going to take it, line it up here, keep it lined up as best as you can, take it to your sewing machine. So right on here I'm going to use a 1/4 of an inch seam allowance from this edge. So I'm going to line up my foot right along here and sew down, so it's going to give that 1/4 of an inch. Once you've done that, fold it over, you're going to have to crease it, and then you're going to top stitch. So I've lined it up. Now I'm just going to do a 1/4 stitch all the way down, and keep it as straight as you can because, like I said, you can't pin this. Okay, so now that you have stitched there, you're going to take it and fold it down. If it doesn't line up too perfectly, it's okay because that's going to be part of the seam allowance anyway. You want it to line up perfectly, but you know, you can kind of see where I have sewed it uneven. That's okay, you know, we're human. Just wish it would have lined up perfectly. This has kind of become a fail video. So then you're going to push it down as much as you can. Pull, pull, pull. And you're going to take it and you're going to top stitch all the way there. You can see where I started off here, really kind of narrow, and then I got wider as I went. Don't do that. That was a mistake on my part by not paying attention, and then I liked it more when I got here, so that's what I did. And with sewing with this, if it gets stuck to your foot, there's a lot of tips out there when you're sewing with it, so go and look up how to sew with vinyl, leather, and all that stuff, because different machines handle different things. Mine sewed this pretty well. It did get a little stuck here if I didn't help guide it through the so just look it up, test it before you sew with it, always, so you know what your machine can handle and what it can't handle, and always use the right and proper needle. Okay, so instead of doing it like originally I did to line this up so I get the same size as this, I'm taking, if you can see this here, that's the bottom part from where I originally folded over and sewed it. I don't know if you can see that, but that little bit there, I'm going to line up the top of this to the edge of that, and then the edge of this to the bottom of the material, and that way I can line it up on the other one and they'll be even. And this is where I'll have to lay it down at. So line it up with that. And just kind of make sure that it's, oops, I moved that. This is where I wish I had some double-sided tape. You'd think after all those crafty things I have that I would have it, but I don't. I am out. it's pretty much even. Okay, so I've done both sides, got them both done, and now what we're going to do is you're going to, because this is the outside, you're going to line these up. Best as you can. So just get, you just want to get this lined up, this here, the sides, and the bottom lined up. The top I'm not really going to worry about because since it is uneven, I can readjust that. That's not a problem. It's just the sides and the bottom that I'm worried about right now. Okay. And line these up. You can kind of see here, this is one side and this is the other, and look, and you can see how uneven it is. I'm just going to straighten that up a little bit so I can tell what I'm doing when I take it to my machine. So I'm just going to trip it down and line it up with the white here. And I'll just trim the top because this is all lined up and even. This is just not. Okay, so now I'm going to take it and sew from here to here, here to here, from here to there. Just going to take that and do that real quick. Right, and then I'm going to keep the edge of my material lined up with that 5/8 of a seam right there. You don't want to go too close to this too, that's just going to be too much. But keep it right there. It's right next to that foot, but just gives you a little bit more leeway. I'm going to pin this above where I put my vinyl, just so it doesn't move too much. And that's pinning the material, it's not pinning the vinyl. Okay. Now that I'm done with that, I am going, not cut my material, I'm going to, we're going to box the edges. So, after you cut off some of the excess, stick your finger in there. You're going to fold it down flat. You're going to fold it down flat, and then you're going to gauge how thick or how wide you want your bag. In this case, I'm just going to do from right here to here. So I'm going to do 1.5 inches from the point. Now I'm going to line up the top of this with the top of the end of the point like that, and then I'm going to mark right here and right here, and then line it up, and then make a whole line all across. Now you're not going to see this because it's going to be on the inside of the bag, so it does not matter. Now do that. You're going to sew on that line, and then you're going to chop off this extra right here. You don't want to keep that. So you're going to sew here. Figure out which way you want your fold to go down. I prefer them to be facing the same way on both sides. Some people do like this and like that. I do like that. So you want this gone, keep this side, sew on that line. Okay, so now you're going to want to get rid of this side like I said. So get up, you can see I went back and forth here 3 times, zigzag stitch twice, and then back stitch on each end. So it just gives that added security to me that it's not going to come undone. So I'm going to do about 1/4 of an inch away from that seam. So there you go. And then that will box your bag. See? Okay. So now you got both sides done. You do both sides, and they're pretty even, which is good. Oh my goodness, they're actually even. This is not a complete fail. Yay! So, did both sides like that. Now it's time to flip. And this is the outside of the bag. So, we're going to check it. Push out those corners as best as you can. There you go, like that. Don't really want to see that too much, but that's why you stitch it so many times. I did it 3 times straight stitch, 3 times zigzag stitch back and forth on the inside in there. So if one of those pops, there's still other stitches in there, so you don't have to worry about worry about that happening. If you need more reassurance, by all means do it more times. And there you go. I mean, that's just the outside, and I like that already. I didn't add a pocket on the outside, which I kind of wish I would have now, because it would have looked really neat if I had. But it's okay. I mean, I like it, so that's why I actually wanted it further up than this. But I just decided just to keep it like this, so I had more vinyl for other projects that I wanted to do. So it's okay. It turned out pretty good. So that's what it looks like. And there you go. Now it's going to give it added stability because you'll have the other layer in there with the interfacing. So let's get to that part so we can hurry up and get this done. I'm excited to put these two facing together. And since this is all material, you can actually pin all this and have it all even and nice and stuff like that. And you're just going to do the exact same thing with this one as you do with the outside. But the only difference is when you put them face to face, you're going to leave them face to face. So when you slip them on the inside, it'll all line up nice and perfectly, which you'll see here in a minute why. So you're going to want to keep the 5/8 of an inch seam allowance still, so it all fits nicely together. Okay, so now that you pinned it, remember to start just like you done the other one. I started probably about, I didn't go all the way up, so it gave it room for turning. Started about a 1/2 inch in almost, so in there. And these are uneven, so now I have finished the inside part. Use that right there, and you don't need to turn it right side out or anything, because this is, like I said, it's going to be the inside. So what you're going to do is just take and slip it in there just as you can. It's going to be a little bit of snug fit. Get it nice and lined up. Again, as best as you can. You want to take the corners, feel with your hand, and line them up, and line that seam up with that seam. The best way to keep it like that is once you get it there, is to pin it in place. Well, some people do this different ways. I'm not putting any, not right now at least, not any latches or anything on this. It's just going to be an open bag. I guess it's going to be kind of like a tote bag. And I'll probably add latches and whatnot later when I get a little kit, but I don't have one. So you can fold it on that side, fold it on this side, pin it, and then sew it. So I'm going to take it and pin it all the way around and take it and sew it. Okay. So you have an idea of what it looks like. It's going to stand pretty much on its own. I love this. I am just enamored with my bag. Very, very excited. I like getting to this point because then it's like, oh my god, it's almost done. I'm so excited. And then you just want to wear it and take it out on the town, even though I don't go anywhere. But just take it out and show it off. And I'm very, very excited. You can see my little pockets in there, if you can. So that's so cool. You act like I act like I never made a bag before. I have. This is like my 5th bag I've made. but I never made one this detailed and stuff. So I'm gonna sew it, show you what it looks like. What you do is you're gonna want to take off, if you have visibility, take off your little arm here, so you're able to slip your material under. So you can slip your material around your sewing arm here. So that's what I'm going to do, and I'm going to start on the side closest to the seam as I can. And I'm just doing a straight stitch, number 1, and I'm doing as close to the edge as I can, which is, again, it's going to be a 1/4 seam allowance. Sorry if my hand is in the way, but this is hard to maneuver. Okay, and over the thicker parts, you're just gonna have to pull as hard, not as hard as you can, but get it go through the machine without breaking your needle, without breaking your thread. Just go slow and steady. That's the inside. There's the phone pocket I made. It's messed up inside. There's the little one. So there. All we got left now is the handles, which I've got to cut out because I forgot to do that. So I'm going to go cut those out and show you how long I made them. So I just want to show you how to sew it, because you can't sew it inside out and then turn it. It'll be really, really difficult to do that because it's so long and the material that it is. So I'm going to take it and I'm going to fold it here about 1/4 of an inch. Fold it in there 1/4 of an inch. Hold that. Fold it in there 1/4 of an inch. Then fold them together and line them up just as I can, and then I'm going to sew all the way down there so I get a nice inch strap. So just wanted to show how I'm going to do that. So again, 1/4 here, 1/4 here, and then in half, and then sew, line them up and sew. So you can't pin this, so that's why I wanted to show how I'm going to do that. Otherwise I would take it and turn it right sides out. So I'll do that and show you when it's finished. So now that we're finished making the bag, I'm going to tell you the links that I cut the straps at, because I didn't show that part, and at the time I was still kind of measuring them out. On the stitching, I hope you can see again, is I made this box and with an X in it, and on the bottom I did double stitching here and here on the bottom and top, and then an X through it, so it just gives it extra durability. And so yeah, so the shorter one is 29.5 inches and the longer one is 42.5 inches. I made one shorter and I made one longer because I wanted the one I can just throw it over my shoulder, get into the store, and throw it in the cart, and I'd be good. The longer one I wanted for when we like go out and stuff, to the mall, somewhere I'm going to be for a while, and I don't have to worry about, you know, carrying it around and messing with it all the time and all that. And so I wanted the longer one so I can keep it with me and I have to sit there and constantly deal with it slipping off my shoulder, and it just drives me nuts. So I did that because I knew I wouldn't want a crossbody bag all the time. I knew I would want the shoulder bags for when I go to different places. I can just throw it on, take it off. I don't have to worry about taking it on and off and taking it on and off. And I didn't want both straps to be like that. So that's why I did two different ones. I love this bag. I love being able to have the Halloween for me at all times. I'm going to even have this throughout the Christmas season. If you know me, I love holidays. I love Christmas. I love Halloween. I love Halloween. It's one of my favorite times. I love getting dressed up, especially now with the kids. I love dressing them up, and it's so much fun having a boy and a girl because you got so much variety going on there. You know, it's just so much fun, and I'm so glad I got to share this with you guys. I really hope you enjoyed my sew along. And if you want to see any other tutorials like my other sew along, which is my no lace shoes, click here. And if you want to see where I purchased the lovely skeleton material, click here for my Joann's haul. The black material I already had, and the vinyl I also purchased at Joann. It was the 50% off of all the red tag sale, and I went up there. It was on Columbus Day. I used less than half a yard on this, and it was 50% off of $9.99. So I got half a yard of it, and I was very, very excited. I've been wanting fake leather or vinyl or anything like that to sew with for a while, just so I could do this kind of project. So when it became on sale, I was really, really happy. So yeah, so I really hope you guys enjoyed this, and if you do, thumbs up and comment below if you've got any questions. I'd be more than happy to answer them. Subscribe, and have a wonderful day. Thank you.